Hey, watch it, Kettle. I'm working.
I'm working too, so if you don't mind...
Oh, so you're one of them In-Furness engines? The ones who cling on to life when it's no good?
What the heck are you talking about?
I'm talking about modernisation. The future of railways and the end of engines like you. Don't tell me you never heard of it.
Of course I've heard of it, but it's not going to happen to me or my friends. My line is independent from yours.
Do you honestly think that's going to make a difference? Let me tell you something, Kettle. It doesn't matter if your railway is independent from British Railways. It doesn't matter if you have stubborn managers or controllers. The Railway Board is very talented at persuading. All they really require is patience. Now, I've quite honestly had it with seeing you lot around here, but with the modernisation plan reaching its completion, I think I can wait a little longer. Do yourself a favour. Stop pretending you have a future. You'll only hurt more.
What if he's right? Oh, come on, Buck. Don't think like that. I've got a future here. I'll be safe here. Right? Oh, hi. Look, I'm sorry, but I'm not really in the mood to talk. It hasn't been a good day. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt if I told you. There's this Diesel who threatened me about modernization. Most engines tell me to ignore that sort of talk. But he also said I should stop pretending I have a future. That's been on my mind ever since I heard it, and I do wonder if I can have a future, or at least one I want. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say things like that. You look like you had a good day, and I've probably ruined it for you. I should...
Continue.
What?
If something is troubling you, it helps to let it all out. Please, continue.
Well, I know we're machines, but we can be more than that, right? We can talk, think, and feel. We should be more than machines, shouldn't we? But the thing is, a lot of people think otherwise. That does get to me sometimes, and combined with the horrible things people can do, I do fear what could happen in the future.
Do you know that engine?
Yeah, that's Henry.
Let me tell you a story about him. When Henry was first built, he was a hybrid, a failed hybrid. In 1935, the NWR had a poor delivery of coal and Henry suffered the most. I should remind you that this was during the Great Depression, a time when money was harder to gain. Henry would fail many times on trains, so much that the Fat Controller was nearly forced to replace him. But he was given an alternative. Special Welsh coal could make enough heat in Henry's small firebox. It was expensive, but the Fat Controller wasn't willing to give Henry up.
Wait, it was expensive? Isn't that risky? I mean, he could have bankrupted his railway.
Perhaps, but if that wasn't risky enough, sometime after that, Henry had an accident and the Fat Controller sent him to crew for a rebuild, spending more money.
He spent all that money just to help one engine?
Henry thought he had no future, and now, 30 years later, he's still around.
I think I get what you're saying. You know, all this about Henry just reminded me. I'm going to Sodor in a few days to help with the workload for a while.
Don't you have a brother there?
Edward? Well, he kind of is my brother.
Kind of. He either is or he isn't.
Well, he is, but I was built only 11 years ago, and not by the same people who built him.
Makes no difference to me. Besides, who knows? You might have more in common than you realise. If you want my advice on this matter, I suggest you talk to Edward. I'm sure he can help you. You two have been getting along well during these last few months.
I've only known him for a year. I don't want to throw all my problems on him now.
If you don't want to tell him yet, then very well. But the sooner you tell him, the sooner he'll help you. Then the better you feel.
Thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
Don't seem to leave me alone, do you? Nothing wrong with my company, is there? Not really. It just means you being here means you've got something important to say. What is it this time? I have a job I want you to help me complete. I've been holding it off for a while now, but I think it's time you know of it. You have my attention. While the army are no longer meddling with the gems, there are a few who haven't got the message. There is this rather annoying group of people who have been taking and using a great amount of gems. At first their creations were harmless, but recently they have crossed the line. I like to call them mishandlers. Considering I can't find them in Britain, their base of operations is most likely on this very island. While I can now access Sodor, thanks to you bringing the lamp here, I do still have restrictions. There are some places on this island I can't reach. If they're not treating the gems properly, then won't they just explode? They should, but something is preventing that from being the case. What that is, I haven't discovered yet. Which is why I come to you and your nephews. You're the only humans I can trust with this. What about the engines? Oh, I trust them too, of course, but they can't exactly work alone on something like this. We'll look into it. So why only us then? Sorry? Why only trust me, Rex and Fives? My real faith in humans has been shaky, to say the least. With the way they've treated steam engines, the army's recent actions, I find it all rather distasteful. The way you think of humans is like how most steam engines think of diesels. They're not all bad, you know. I'm aware of that. I just haven't seen many examples.